Hi, Kinder friends. For science today, we're going to continue to learn about the planets. In your learning, either your teacher has this or it was in your supply pickup, but you have a book. It's called My Book of the Solar System. And so this is Betty's right here. We started these already. And on each page is starts with the sun, the star of our solar system, and then it goes through all the planets and it tells you what color to draw them according to how they are in real life. So Betty did a nice job. Mercury, she colored gray. Venus is orange, on and on and on. So the words for the colors are right here to help you. So you're going to work on that for science so you can learn the names of the planets. And then I'm going to keep reading this book, my first book of planets. And I had already read about the rocky planets. So the first four, which are Mercury, Venus, Earth, and Mars. And so now we're going to learn about the gas giants. So here we go. And there's some other things in the book too, other parts besides just planets in the solar system. So the asteroid belt. An asteroid is a small object in space made of rock or metal. Well, it is small compared to a planet, but it's big compared to you or me. The asteroid belt has millions of asteroids orbiting the sun. That means going around the sun. Even so, that's a lot of asteroids. Even so, the asteroid belt is so big that most of it is empty space. The asteroid belt is between the four rocky solid planets closer to the sun and the four giant gassy planets further from the sun. Most asteroids are in the asteroid belt, but some asteroids move closer to the sun. If you could put all the asteroids together in a ball, the ball would still be smaller than Earth's moon. So they're big, but they're not as big as a planet or a moon. Ceres is the biggest asteroid in the asteroid belt, but it is much smaller than the moon or the planets. 2,500 Ceres could fit inside the Earth. Ceres is also a dwarf planet. A dwarf planet is like a small planet. Planets can't have other smaller sized objects near their orbits, but dwarf planets can. Ceres has other asteroids in its orbit. We'll talk about the other dwarf planets later in the book. Here we go, Jupiter. So here are the gas giants. Jupiter is the fifth planet from the sun. It is the biggest planet in our solar system. All the other planets could fit inside it. That's pretty amazing. Jupiter is one of the four giant planets. It is made mostly of gas. Jupiter looks colorful and striped. Those stripes are actually clouds and huge storms. Pretty cool. The Great Red Spot is the biggest storm. It is like a giant hurricane that has lasted for hundreds of years. So here we go. Can you see the giant spot? It's hard to, the giant spot. Ooh. Jupiter has four big moons and lots of small moons. Jupiter's moon Ganymede is the largest moon in the solar system. It is bigger than Mercury. Jupiter and its moons are very cold. As we go further from the sun, it gets even colder. That makes sense. Saturn. Saturn is the sixth planet from the sun. It is mostly made of gas. Saturn has beautiful rings around it. What are those rings made of? Dirty snowballs. Some of them are as small as a snowflake. Some are bigger than a school bus. Saturn's moon, Titan, is the second largest moon in the solar system. It is bigger than the planet Mercury. In the night sky, Saturn looks like a bright yellow star. You can't drive a car around Saturn's rings, but what if you could? It would take you about a year to drive all the way around. It's a long time. and it has about 82 moons discovered so far around Saturn. Uranus. Uranus is the 7th planet from the sun. It is a giant planet with lots of gas. You could not stand on Uranus. Uranus is blue. It is tilted on its side compared to the other planets. Uranus has a set of 13 mostly dark rings. They are hard to see, unlike Saturn's rings. Each season on Uranus lasts 21 Earth years. Can you imagine 21 years of winter? If you are somewhere very, very dark, you might be able to see Uranus in the night sky with just your eyes. Usually you need a telescope to see it. A telescope is a tool that helps you see things that are far away. It has 27 moons around Uranus that are discovered so far. Ooh, look at Neptune. What a cool planet. Neptune is the 8th planet from the sun. It is a giant planet with lots of gas. Neptune is like Uranus in many ways. Neptune is just a little smaller than Uranus. Neptune and Uranus are also both giant planets that are blue. Neptune has a few rings, but they are very hard to see. Neptune is a windy planet. It has the fastest winds on any planet in the solar system. Neptune has 14 moons, but they are all small except Triton. Triton is covered in strange ices. To see Neptune, you have to use a telescope. Neptune is too far away to see with just your eyes. There are about 14 moons on Neptune. Beyond Neptune. There are objects beyond Neptune that also go around the sun. 4 of them are dwarf planets. They are named Pluto, Haumea, Makemake, and Eris. When I was growing up, Pluto used to be considered just a regular planet. And so when I grew up, I learned that there were 9 planets in the solar system. But now scientists have done more research, and astronauts have done more research, and all the space scientists, and they decided that Pluto is actually a dwarf planet. So now that's why we say there are 8 planets in the solar system. There are also many things smaller than dwarf planets beyond Neptune. They are hard to find because they are so far away. But astronomers are looking and finding more things. Astronomers are people who study everything outside of Earth, like planets and stars. Pluto. Pluto is a dwarf planet that is usually farther from the sun than Neptune. It is reddish. It is also very cold and covered in ice. It has a little atmosphere. In other words, it has a little gas surrounding it. Pluto has 5 moons. Charon is the largest. Charon is about half as wide as Pluto. Pluto is smaller than Earth's moon. Pluto is named after a Roman god. The name was suggested by an 11-year-old girl. Pluto used to be called a planet, but then astronomers found other objects the same size as Pluto, so they made up a new name, dwarf planet. Pluto and Eris are the largest known dwarf planets. So see, scientists are discovering new things all the time. And so that helps us learn about the world. And maybe you could grow up and discover some cool things about outer space too, if you want to become an astronomer. Planets and You. This book is only the beginning. You can learn much more about planets and other exciting things in space. What would you like to learn more about? Scientists also have a lot more to learn. Using spacecraft and big telescopes, scientists are studying the planets and learning more every day. Would you like to study planets when you grow up? Keep learning and have fun with planets. The end. So I hope you liked learning about the planets in our solar system. Next week for science, we're going to learn about astronauts and a famous astronaut. And so we'll start learning about how they live in outer space when they go out there because it's so unique. So enjoy the rest of your day, and I hope you liked learning about the planets. Bye.